Hi, I'm Miguel Gatt, the owner in Gelataio in Piazza Gelateria in Sliema. My gelateria is situated in Tower Road in Sliema, which is the main tourist area of Malta. Our business depends a lot on the kind of season and the weather, and obviously with tourists and the passerbys that come and try our gelato. We are a small batch artisan gelateria. We range very different flavors, from your normal chocolate, vanilla and sorbets to anything like sage, olive oil, rose petal and anything that you can imagine. So I come from a family which was always making pastry. My grandfather was a pastry chef. He used to have a pastry shop a long time ago, so I was always brought up with the smell of sweets and pastries in my mother's kitchen. I was always involved in the catering industry, even though it wasn't directly related to pastry or ice cream making. But I was always in hospitality management and also studied wine for a large number of years. My parents at the time were in the commercial sales industry, and they had this property where the gelateria is currently situated. After I got married, I actually decided to want to start making ice cream and selling it as a job. I went to Bologna on an internship and to study the art of artisan gelato, and 3 years later, here we are. Before I actually travelled to study the art of gelato, we were eating ice cream in Malta with normal flavours, you know, factory-based products that were sold everywhere in all gelaterias. And when I had actually got the opportunity to go to Amarena Fabri and to go to Carpigiani Gelato University, it was very intense training with also an internship working inside their gelateria. And all of a sudden I've widened up to different ideas of making different flavors and different Italian styles of gelato and different worldwide styles of gelato, meeting different people from all over the world that were studying in the course that I was in, obviously the English language course, so you can imagine we had people from South America, from Australia, North America, Korea, China, the Middle East. I was probably the only European there, because everyone else did either learn in Spanish or in Italian. And obviously meeting different people and trying different things actually broaden your ideas to what the art of gelato actually is. It was something that I couldn't imagine that we can do so much in this line of work and in this industry. So in such a small gelateria, it actually takes about 10 people to operate. So my parents are both here working downstairs serving gelato, also as my wife. I work solely in the kitchen and dealing with outside clients like restaurants and hotels for selling. I actually have an assistant over here that helps me with cleaning upstairs, and we've got another 3 employees downstairs. The biggest challenge that we've actually had so far was not making gelato and selling gelato, but actually hiring staff that know what gelato actually is. Recently we've actually decided to hire foreigners. We have some Italian girls working downstairs, which their bloodline is knowing ice cream and knowing coffee, which is things that we serve, and we're actually pretty happy with them right now. So hopefully that is something that we don't have to worry about any longer. 2 years ago, when we decided to open the gelateria, the biggest problem that we had was actually finding equipment to make gelato in Malta, which we couldn't find. We had to import everything ourselves from Carpigiani and Bologna. And the equipment to serve, because my location is pretty much situated outside, exactly in front of the sun. So basically, in the morning the gelato is quite hard until we adjust the temperatures, and in the afternoon it gets quite soft, so we have to adjust the temperatures again. And you actually have to work with different kind of recipes in order to compensate for that. You know, we go through all that, and we actually managed to open our doors on May 14th. 2 years ago, so it's actually been 2 years this week. Regarding the sustainability of our business, we don't actually only sell gelato here from the gelateria. We have a frozen distribution van, and we distribute to some of the top restaurants in Malta, some of the top hotels. And the next thing that is on our mind is importing a number of carrellos so that we can do outside catering, weddings, events, banquets, and pretty much opening up an events company, which is specifically designed around artisan gelato. We can do artisan gelato, gelato sticks, gelato cakes, semifreddos, and any sort of frozen dessert technology. Our marketing that we do is pretty much only social media. We've got an Instagram and a Facebook page, which I manage myself, even though I don't have the time to do it, and I do sort of let it go every now and then. It does work, but we've found that the best marketing that we can do is word of mouth. People come, they try, and they tell others, come taste the gelato, come this, come that, and that is when you see the repeat clients coming over and over again, sending us messages, have you tried anything new, do you have anything this, prepare a kilo for me, I want to take it home, can you do this flavor, can you do that flavor, and actually get a lot of requests from people, especially people with food intolerances. We have gluten-free gelato, we've got vegan gelato, we've got sugar-free gelato, pretty much any kind of intolerance we can cater for. And we get a lot of requests for that. Obviously, usually through Facebook or Instagram, but then I end up giving people my mobile numbers, since they become your friends more than anything. So people start texting you, oh, I've got a dinner at home, can you make me a kilo of this, can you make me a kilo of that? And they end up being your friends more than anything. The advice that I would give to anyone that wants to start up a business is prepare yourself mentally and physically for a hassle. You're going to have sleepless nights, you're going to be thinking, you're going to be crying, you're going to be laughing, and particularly if you want to start in gelato or catering, in general, you must have a passion for what you're doing. Believe me, it gets boring. 16, 17, 18 hours a day making ice cream over and over and over again. It does get boring, but when you see the finished product, when you see people getting reviews on TripAdvisor in restaurants that you serve, the ice cream is fantastic, the reviews that we get here, people loving our product, people calling me instead of me bothering them to buy our product, it's a very big satisfying feeling. But it is hard, it is sleepless nights, it is blood, sweat and tears. But at the end of the day, you have to be happy at what you're doing.